Hey guys, welcome to the garden. Tonight we are going to do some things and I need to keep myself accountable and I need to actually do the things I set out to do. So I turn on the camera and you're gonna help me keep tabs on what I'm doing essentially. As you can see behind me, this is a mess. And so we are going to weed eat it down, which is something I have been doing like every week. Tonight I'm gonna weed eat everywhere, but I'm gonna focus on this back here, and I'm gonna actually put a tarp down and see if I can kill some of this grass off. So I'm out here in my work clothes and we're going to get some things done. I really need to tie up some tomatoes too. I need to make the tomatoes kind of my like next priority after getting this weed eated and tarped. And we might harvest some stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot another video of harvesting and do that separate. We'll see how it goes. So we are gonna be busy out here tonight. It is a beautiful evening. I can't believe it's August. It is currently, my watch says it's 79 degrees, but the sun is behind a cloud. Actually, it looks like it might be coming back out, so oh well, we'll deal with it. But it's not humid and okay, there's no breeze. There was a breeze earlier, but there's not right now, so whatever. But I do have my weed eater out here. I have some hand tools and we are going to do some stuff. I wanted to show you something though that I got that I really love before we get started, and it is this. This is a Cobalt 9 pocket, I don't know what they call these, but it's from Lowe's, and it has like a clip on the back, and it also has a spot where you can run a belt. So I have been clipping it to the side of my overalls and kind of pushing it in the back, and it's just a really good place to store your tools as you're working. Like I have Cobra head weeder, Hori Hori, and my gloves in here. I also have like a box cutter, like a utility knife, and I had a pair of snips in here, but I took them out because I needed them by themselves. But it's really, really nice to have. It has this big pocket where you can kind of just throw things, which is nice. I can actually fit my water bottle down in here. It has other small pockets also, so I think it was like $12 at Lowe's. I went to get a furnace filter and then got distracted by this. And so now I own it. So it was worth it. To me, it feels like there's plenty of room to store stuff. And there's also like a little place where you can like put a screwdriver or something through it. But I just have my little hand tools in here. Yeah, the sun's coming out. Dang it, I was hoping I could film earlier before the sun went actually behind the trees, so we're gonna have to move a little bit because I have some more things to talk about. Okay, I moved, so I'm more in the shade. So last video I talked a little bit about doing a fall seed swap. I think we are going to do that. That sounds super fun, and we did have some people interested in it, so look for more details on that later. I think I'll probably do it in October, just to give everybody time to save seeds from, you know, the summer garden and take inventory of what they have. I did get a P.O. box. I have not gone to pick up the key yet. I am going to do that this week, and then in the next video I will give you my P.O. box address so you can send me things. So I am going to get to weed eating. So enjoy this time lapse of me weed eating. All right, that looks better. I was gonna tarp it, but I think I'm gonna wait. I realize I should go ahead and do it, but I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start pulling things out over the next week or so, probably, and I just really don't want to have to deal with a tarp being there. That way if leaves end up on the ground, I can just cover them up. So I'm gonna tarp later. I probably have like grass all over my face, but I think we're gonna do a harvest, a little harvesty harvest. I did get the honey nut squash moved last week. It was just kind of all over the place, and I moved the vines back into one area and put some landscape fabric down underneath. That way I can kind of see like what I have. And I have quite a few, like 8 maybe, and they are starting to turn. So that is exciting. I noticed when I picked up the vines to move them that they were starting to turn orange, and I was like, ooh, very exciting. So in the next, I don't know, like week or so maybe, I will be picking honey nut squash. So that's exciting. I gotta go get a harvest basket and my snips, and then we will harvest. Okay, so these, I didn't have hands to hold my, okay. These are what we in the biz like to call baby size squash, because they are the size of an infant. I think when my nephew was born, he did not weigh as much as this cube of butter squash. So these are huge, and they are huge for a reason, not just because I neglected them. I've been watching these for, I mean, days, and today is the day they are being picked, because these are my seed savers. So when you pick, or when you are going to save seeds from like summer squash like this, zucchini and like yellow squash, you want to leave them on the vine like as long as you can, and that will give you more like mature seeds. So that's why I left these 2 on here for so long. They're not gonna fit in the basket, but that's okay. Now, honestly, probably what I'm gonna do with these, once I get the seeds out, my twins, is I'm probably just gonna grate this up. Like, I'm gonna scoop all the seeds out, and then grate it and probably freeze it. I don't know, I might make some zucchini bread, but yeah, these are my twins, cube of butter and Italian striped. This is a great way to, like, okay, when I bought the seeds for this cube of butter squash from Botanical Interest, this is an F1 hybrid. I got 10 seeds in the packet. Well, I pretty much planted all of them this year because, as you recall, I planted them originally in the other part of the garden, and then a bulldozer came and dug up my whole backyard. So I lost those plants, and so I replanted them over here. Now, I realize that they are a hybrid and they are squash, so there's a very strong chance that they could be cross-pollinated, but it's a chance I'm willing to take, honestly. These seeds are essentially going to be free because all I had to do was wait for them to get huge, and I am gonna have seeds. So I am going to shoot another video with these later, and it'll be up later this week to show you how to save seeds out of these babies. It's very easy, but if you've never done it before, you wouldn't know. So squash, here we are. Let's see if there's more. I don't know if there are. So this plant in the front here that I think I said it looked a little sick, it's making squash that look like this. They are cube of butters, but they just, I think it might be like the mother plant or the father plant, but they're just not really turning yellow. But I don't know, food is food. Okay, so we have 2 cube of butter squash that are edible, 2 huge things that are going to be seed savers, and we're going to move over to the peppers because I've been neglecting looking at those, and I think that I probably have some stuff that needs picked. Okay, while we're over here, I wanted to show you something because I haven't done a garden tour in a while, but I still wanted to show you this. I came out today and, I don't want to step on it, was just kind of looking around, piddling around, and I've been strongly considering pulling out my cantaloupe and my watermelon plants just because I didn't have anything on them, and I'm like, at this point, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm glad I didn't because, so this is the cantaloupe right here. This is a zucchini, but look, there's 2 little baby cantaloupes on here. Now, I don't know if they're gonna like mature before it frosts, but that is exciting. And while I'm over here, here's my honey nut plant. And I moved it. So it's a little stressed. Some of the leaves are yellowing because they do root. So you can kind of see there's roots there. This one I thought was about ready, but it has a hole in it. So I think there might be a buggy living in there, which means I'm not gonna get to eat that. But look at all the rest of these that I have on here. I mean, there's quite a few. So that makes me happy. It is still making flowers too, so I may get more. Yeah, so I don't have any watermelons on, but I did see a couple weeks ago, yeah, here's another little baby honey nut right here. There was a watermelon and it didn't make it, so it looks like that. But anyway, so this is the update from the squash land. All right, so we're over here in cherry tomato land, and there's also some beans on this trellis. So we're gonna do cherry tomatoes first, and then we'll do the beans. All right, well, not the biggest harvest we've ever had, but a pretty good one. I picked a few San Marzanos. I picked one orange Kentucky beefsteak that's starting to blush, and one Abe Lincoln that split. We got like, you know, 1/4 of an inch of rain yesterday, and the tomatoes decided they were gonna split, so that's okay. You win some, you lose some, you know? So I am trying to make myself be more accountable when it comes to the garden right now. It's August, and every August this happens. I get tired of coming out here and I just want to say, meh, I'm done, just leave it. And I'm really determined to not do that this year. So that's why I keep coming out here and doing these harvesting videos and trying to keep it weed eated. I'm not doing a good job, but I'm trying. I want to do a fall garden, and I am. I have peas coming up pretty well. I did plant my bed full of roots, and those are just starting to come up. We have had cooler nights the last couple weeks, which has helped those germinate. But I want to do other stuff. I want to do I want to try and do cabbages. I want to try and do broccoli. I definitely want to do more lettuce and spinach and stuff like that. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear out all that basil that I have kind of over by the cherry tomatoes and clean that out and put some seeds in there. Now I still have basil other places around the garden, and it's not nearly as bolted as that, which is interesting. So I'm not gonna be giving up my fresh basil. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with all of it once I do cut it down, because there's a lot. I did cut down not even a third of it this weekend, and I made 8 cups of pesto for the freezer. I freeze those in quart-size bags. I put 2 cups in each bag, and then I can thaw it and I can put it in a pint mason jar in the fridge, and that's how I keep it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Feeling a little burnt out on the garden. It happens every year, and I know it happens, but I still feel like tired, you know. Looking forward to next year already, which this year is not even over. I mean, I still have like almost 2 months until my first frost day, so that's still plenty of time to do stuff. So I'm trying to keep myself accountable and plan out some videos to shoot for you guys. I'm trying to get back into doing more than just once a week videos. It's hard because I'm not really doing much out here when it's super hot, and I work through the week, and so I can't come out here at like 7 o'clock in the morning and work until 9 because, you know, I have to be at work at 8. So I try to come out here in the evening, but by the time it's cool enough out here and the sun's off the garden, I'm tired. So I'm doing the best I can, and that's all we can do. So next year, I know I've mentioned this, but I am going to be doing rows out here with the woven ground cover, providing like a sheet mulch type barrier. So hopefully my plants don't get choked out by weeds as much. So that is what's to come for next year. But for now, I'm gonna take my twins in the house and shoot another video for you guys this week about saving seeds from these. I might also talk about saving seeds from tomatoes, because I have been doing that too. I've been saving seeds from my Aunt Ruby's German greens, so that way I have plenty to go around for everyone who wants some from our seed swap. So anyway, that's it. I feel good about tonight. I got quite a bit done. I got it weed heated. I got some stuff picked, and for it being late August, looks pretty good out here. So thank you so much for joining me out here tonight, and I will see you in the next one.